Hey guys, it's Evan again. So if you didn't watch my introduction video, we don't go deep into the details and the medical terminology and all that. This channel is to help you get the basics simplified as easy as I can make it with pictures. I don't want to kill you by PowerPoint. Um, is there something that you specifically want to talk about or need to know? Shoot me a comment, and I will try to get a video on for you. So today we're just going to talk about lungs. This is like a 5 or 10 minute video, if that. Just the basics that you need to kind of know. This is EMR, EMT level stuff. So let's talk about the lung. We're going to talk about upper, lower, the interior of the lung, the anatomy of the lung, simplified, and the diaphragm and how it moves. See if I can get my computer to work here. There we go. So your upper and lower airways. I've got a couple pictures that will pop up here. So your upper airway is going to be your nasal pharynx, your oral pharynx, your larynx. Okay. It at your voice box separates upper and lower airway. Um, Lower is your trachea. It's going to come down to your carina, which isn't on there, but it's where it branches off. Your primary bronchi down to your bronchioles and your bronchus, and then down to your alveoli, which we'll talk about here in just a second. So that is the tract in which we breathe in and out. The picture on the left, I really probably shouldn't even put it on this slide. It's got more stuff than we need to talk about right now. So you see your trachea there, goes down to that carina, like we talked about, where it separates into your left and right lungs, your right bronchus and your left bronchus. And then your metasternum is right there in the center. So the picture on the right, move my guy, here we go. This is when it kind of gets fun and exciting because, see if I can get my arrow here. We've got our nasal, mouth or oral, pharynx, larynx, trachea, right bronchi, left bronchi, terminal bronchioles, and it breaks down all the way down to your alveoli, which the alveoli are these little sacs. As you breathe in, it's where the oxygen and carbon move across your capillary beds, and it's where gas exchange takes place. You have roughly 240 million alveoli per lung. It's important to note that these are not replaceable, as they are destroyed or injured through various things, pneumonia, flu, aspiration, any of this, smoking can damage alveoli. And as they die, there's no getting them back. So, and you think that 240 million sounds like a ton, but it's really not. They are elasticy, like stretchy. So throughout our lives, from childhood on, we know that as children we're developing. When we hit that develop stage, they have nowhere to go except to slowly start wearing out like anything. So if you picture them like a balloon, if you were to blow that balloon up to its max or close to it every single day for the rest of your life, at some point that balloon is going to give out. That balloon is going to stretch too many times and it's not going to have stretch left in it. So your alveoli kind of are the same way. So we have to take care of them. So the alveoli are surrounded by capillaries. It's a capillary bed around each alveoli, and you can see right here in this bottom right picture. There we go. The alveoli and the capillaries. This is where I think I've got, yep, okay. So this line with the red and blue in it, that is a capillary. That is a vessel. And if you'll see, we got blue is CO2 and red is rich oxygenated blood. So we have pumped blood through the heart down to the lungs. It goes around these capillaries, and your oxygen is jumping off into the capillaries to go back to the heart and cycle through the body. Your CO2 is your trash. It's already made its rounds around the body. All the junk's coming back. It's going to go into the alveoli. And what happens then? We exhale and push all that carbon dioxide out. So our transport system happens, if you will. The alveoli and the capillary beds are our bus stop. You've got day shift, which is the oxygen coming on, getting on the bus, going to work. It's going out to feed our cells and our tissues. And then you've got night shift, nothing against night shifters, who are wore out. They're coming back. They're going to get off that bus and get out of there. They're leaving. That's just how I remember it. That's how I taught myself. Alveoli and capillary beds and perfusion, all this is really cool once you learn how to break it down to where it's understandable. And that's what this video is about, is hopefully my crazy thought process will help someone else. So just remember, the bus stop is the alveoli and capillaries beds. And then your capillary beds and your veins are your superhighways that go throughout your body, right? All right, moving on. So your diaphragm, action of the diaphragm, it's really not that difficult. As you breathe in, okay, your diaphragm is actually dropping, and that can be a little confusing to some people. It creates a negative pressure, which draws air in, filling our lungs. We have cartilage in our chest, and so that we can expand, and it makes room for those lungs to expand. Just like the alveoli, our lungs are kind of elasticy, and they only go so far. And then when we exhale, our diaphragm is actually lifting, and everything collapses and pushes that air out, if you will. That's not like textbook, but it's an easy way to remember. Diaphragm drops, air comes in, diaphragm pushes up, it pushes air out. Super easy way to remember it. Breathing in and out. Remember that the lungs are elastic like material, so they stretch. We have cartilage, so our rib cage can open up and stretch. Yeah. What's the next one? That is it for that one. I kept this extremely short and simple. I'm hoping that that will kind of explain a little bit of, we breathe in, the path it takes down into our lungs to our alveoli, capillary beds. They get on the bus and go through the body. It's feeding cells and tissue needed oxygen and nutrition. While our carbon dioxide is getting the heck out of there, they're unloading at the bus stop and exiting when we exhale. Okay. If you've got questions, comments, please send me messages on here. I'm just getting started with this. I want to know what people need, what people want, so that I can help as many people get into EMS as possible. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.